Hello everyone. I guess my voice is audible, guys. Just do give a heads up so that I can continue further. Good to hear. Nice. All right. Uh, Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well, and a warm welcome to our day three bootcamp session of scanning and enumeration with Nmap. I hope you all are doing well, and let's wait for another 2 to 3 minutes for others to join as well, and then we'll proceed further with today's class and today's discussion about Nmap and how we can enumerate and scan more stuff with the help of Nmapping. Let's just wait for another 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, well, that's good. Hello, Jitu. Good evening. Good afternoon. Here, Dilip. Yeah, excited for today's class. Oh, very much. Nice to know, guys. Let's just wait for another 2 minutes and then we'll proceed further and we'll discuss about banner grabbing. The today's agenda for the class, or you can say the bootcamp session, is going to be about banner grabbing, version detection, and how you can actually perform banner grabbing, what flags you can use to gather information regarding banners, or what should you be knowing about open ports and stuff. And other than that, what else you can be learning in this is like how you can actually use Nmap for scanning TCP or ICMP ports. We're going to discuss that as well. Hopefully that today's session is going to be way more interesting and understandable than the other two sessions that we already had before. So we'll be learning a lot of stuff today. Hmm, excited, yeah. Let me side by side open up my Kali Linux as well so that I can show you that what commands you can use to do that. What is banner grabbing? Till the time, guys, we proceed further with the session, like in 1 minute more. Just I wanted to know how many of you have a little bit of information or knowledge about banner grabbing. What is banner grabbing? Why do we use banner grabbing? And how we can actually use Nmap like for banner grabbing. So give a little bit of hint if you have. If not, if you do not have any idea, no worries, guys. We're gonna learn in this class, and you'll be able to understand what is banner grabbing throughout the procedure. Okay, no worries, Saurabh. It's absolutely fine. Let's just wait for my Kali next to open, then we'll carry on further with the class. All right, the leap. That's a good thing that you know have a little bit basic knowledge about it. That's a good thing. Kali is taking a little time, guys. hmm it's getting. Okay, guys, I'm sharing my screen once, and do ping me in the comment section that whether my screen is visible to you or not. Hi, Lucy. Hi. I hope you're doing well, guys, and I hope you are having a great time. Yeah. Guys, is the screen visible to you all? Just a like quick yes or no so that I can get to know whether it is visible or not. Jitu, I didn't get your question. Find to which OS and processors are running. What do you mean by that? Okay, my screen is visible. Nice to know, guys. That's absolutely fine. Jitu, you can mention your question in an elaborative manner so that I can understand and help you out with your question further. So yes, guys. First of all, we'll be understanding what is banner grabbing and why is banner grabbing important in gathering information. Guys, basically, in simpler terms, if I'll mention it, it is a technique used to. Yeah, I'm okay, Aman. And hello and welcome to the class. Guys, banner grabbing is a technique used to gather information. Basically, it is a sort of method as well. It is a process, you can say, in which you gather information about services running on the system by retrieving banners from open ports. Let's say, let's take an example. I'll help you with I'll explain you with an example. Let's say this is basically some sort of website using so many service. I'm sending question, but aren't showing in chat. Um, No, your questions are visible, but the thing is that the question you mentioned earlier is not elaborative, so that's why I'm unable to help you out with that. If you can elaborate a little more, I can help you with the question way more better. So, guys, basically what happens is, let's say, if we discuss about banner grabbing, you can see there are two words. One is banner and another is grabbing. So, simply, guys, banner means that we have seen so many banners on the ad banners on the roadsides or on the platforms. So, wherever, even if we are using websites, there are banners on the top of the websites that this is particularly the banner mentioning something to you, and they are giving you information regarding the website. So basically, that is a sort of banner. And then grabbing simply means like gathering information and grabbing information. So simply, if we say and talk about it, then it means that it is a technique used to gather information about services. Services like let's say if it is using some sort of HTTP services. So, what sort of HTTP services are being used, or what sort of you can say DNS services are being used? We can get to know about that particular services with the help of banner grabbing. So that is what banner grabbing actually means, is that whichever port is open, we can simply see the information regarding that. If it is my banner, let's say if it is using HTTP or HTTPS, so what services are being used in HTTP and HTTPS? We can get to know about it with the help of banner grabbing. And how you can actually gather information using Nmap for banner grabbing. Let's say you are using a command Nmap SV. V is basically to know about the version, guys, that we are trying to gather information regarding a version of a particular IP address or a particular domain. So simply we are going to mention nmap sv hyphen sv. That means we are using a flag with an sv. V is stating about the version. V states about the version, and then you can simply give the IP address. So here I will mention what is SV. SV is for version detection. For your better understanding, SV is all only for the version detection. That means you can get to know about you can detect the version of a particular or particular IP address, domain name, or something like that. I'm going to show you one example as well. Let's take an example of today we are going to choose some other domain name from the past 2 days we have been using. Let's say Kali Linux only, the flipkart.com only. So today we are gonna change our target host and we're gonna take something else to understand a little better about it. Let's just hop on to the terminal first of all so that we can see. Aman, we will discuss about scripts as well. I have written some commands for scripts as well that I'm gonna show you. So don't panic, don't worry, and don't hurry as well. Good morning, Arunova. Good morning. Yes. So let's say in map and we are then using S uh, and then V. I want to mention V. But before I get to know, I wanted to take a look at, you can say, a target host that I wanted to look for. Let's say I'm looking for a target host named as, can anyone give an exam? Can anyone want me to specifically work on a target host? You can give me a target host name in the comment section, guys. We can try testing over that particular target host. If you wanted, you can just drop it as quick as possible so that we can proceed further. Looking for the IP address or domain. If you have any domain name that you wanted me to like show you a little bit of it from that particular thing, I can show you. Just drop it into the comment section. It would be a little real world example for you guys so that you won't get panic about it. Aman, for the scripts, I have this thing. Till the time people are putting up the domain name, I'll answer your question regarding the script. What basically happens with the script now? A script is actually, wow, try hack me. Try hack me is itself a platform, Jitu. What you wanted me to check for try hack me? Script is basically what? No, script is basically there is one tool or you can say something. NSE, everyone is mentioning try hack me now. Guys, do not mention something stupid, just mention something relevant, some website that can be actually tested. But that is actually a platform for practicing all of these stuffs. So we should not be practicing over that particular thing. Getting my point? So script, there is one NSE, that is Nmap script engine. It is a sort of tool which helps you provide those all. Okay, Tesla. We can try to look for Tesla. Zeroda. Okay, that's a good thing. You guys are getting with some more stuff. All so after getting all info from Nmap, what should we do next? Uh, Mr. Engineer, your name is really uh, interactive, you know. What we can do is after gathering information, you can see which ports are open, you can see which services are being used. If there is any public exploit somehow relatively open, or you can say relatively outdated version is being used, which have some publicly available exploit, you can try to exploit using that. Or you can look if there is any vulnerability related to that particular open port or particular service, or if there is any loophole that you can find. That is what Nmap helps you in getting and gathering information with vulnerability assessment. What vulnerability assessment? We can try looking for zero da. First of all, what we are gonna do is we're gonna gather a little information with the help of passive reconnaissance. Oh my God, Pakistan. Guys, you guys are using some really irrelevant things you are mentioning, no? Let's look for a little information regarding Zeroda, and we are going to do some passive reconnaissance. You can see how we practice passive reconnaissance as I'm doing right now, and then I'll show you that how you can actually do it with the help of Nmap as well. Mm. Is the spelling correct? I don't know what's your good name who have mentioned Zeroda. But I wanted to just clarify whether the spelling is actually good or not. Web Eliza provides info on technology being used on webs. Yeah, yeah, Dilip, that's absolutely fine. So, just tell me, just give me a quick this clarification about the spelling because I don't know that if you are mentioning a correct spelling or not. Okay. Till the time you mention, I'll just try to move on with the spelling as well only. So, from where can I learn all the things? You can learn all the things from so many places. Like you want specific practical things to be learned or theoretical and practical both. Just tell me that so that I can help you in that case. You can see, guys, now we are able to get the information regarding the zero dot. This is basically, you can say what? This is basically the passive reconnaissance or passive footprinting. And as soon as I get it, I can see the information regarding it. I got to have the IP address. I'm going to use this IP address to do what? To do the active reconnaissance now. I copy pasted the IP address. Now I'll move further and I'll get back to my Nmap. Now let's gather a little basic information regarding the services. Then we are going to detect the version. First of all, you have to gather basic information using the IP address. So I'm going to do the default port scanning, that is basically Nmap, and then just I'm going to copy paste the IP address that I have captured of Zeroda, and then I'm just going to click on enter, and as soon as I clicked on enter, you can see it will be gathering all the information regarding that particular thing for me. Let's wait for a few seconds or few minutes till the time it's popping up all the details regarding that. Let's wait for it. Hi Sandhu, hi Satyam. Yeah, now as we have got the information, you can see there are 8080 port number, 8443 port number, 443 port number, and as well as the 80 port number. These are the services, and they are the ports which are in the open state. You can see that as well side by side. Now comes the question, that is how we are actually gonna get the information regarding the version of these services. Like, let's say you got the service, but you will be curious about how to gather the information regarding the version. Shortcut for copy paste in Kali is Control Shift C. Is for copy, and then Control Shift V for pasting actually. Let me mention that as well. Let me do it. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, this is here. I'll mention that as well for the someone asked me shortcut, so I'll mention that as well. Shortcut for copy pasting in Kali. So Control plus, oops, I know theory but want to learn practical. Yeah, that is what we are showing, Mr. Engineer, about it. No, Control V is not for paste. Ambrose, actually, Control V is not for pasting in Kali Linux. That doesn't work in it. So we basically do it with the Control plus Shift plus V instead of. I'm good, guys. Bye, ma'am. Huh? Harsh. Out of nowhere, why you are mentioning bye, ma'am? I don't know. It's okay. These are the shortcuts, guys, that you can use for Kali Linux. And now we proceed further with the thing that we were mentioning. So now we are going to gather the information regarding the version, guys. So what we are going to do is we are going to mention Nmap S capital V, and then we're just going to paste the IP address that we have already copied from somewhere, and we are gonna see the version for it, and we are gonna see how it's gonna pop up and what are the services what are the versions these services are using actually. So let's just do it and see what it actually have stored in for us. If there is anything that we can get to know. This is what, guys, this is banner grabbing, because we are getting and we are retrieving the information of the banners from getting to know about those versions that it is using actually. So this is something banner grabbing is. Is that clear, guys? Okay. Look at the version, guys. Now you can see that we are clearly getting the version as well, which is mentioning Cloudflare HTTP proxy. That means it is somehow using the firewall, and a Cloudflare is actually mentioned over here. So Cloudflare firewalls are basically really good. So these are hard to bypass, and there are so many things that you have to do in order to understand how to bypass. And but it's just a basic thing that we are understanding for banner grabbing basically. So just look at it that we are able to see the versions, and this particular is using this particular version. We are getting that as well. So this is what the basics structure of getting the banner grabbing or the version of a particular system. Then after that, what are we going to do is we can also perform aggressive scanning. Aggressive scanning is least, you can say, preferable, guys, because aggressive scanning might lead you to be getting blocked. You might get blocked. Could you please scroll down your screen? My screen. For what particular reasons you are saying? Let me do it if you want it. That's just the normal scanning that we have done. The Anato, we just did some basic scanning earlier, so that's not a big deal of. Till that, what we have covered is clear, guys, or you have like any doubts related to it, you can just let me know so that I can clear your doubt side by side as well. Viraj, I didn't got your question. Could you please elaborate? In my Nmap TCP wrap is showing instead of Cloudflare. You might be seeing something else because you might be using some different IP address. It could be possible. I didn't. Biswas, you might be using something different. Shortcut key for rename. For rename, you just have to right click and you can rename simply Sagar. That's so, guys. Is that clear or not? Just give a little heads up so that we may proceed further. Hi. Mm, yeah, it's clear. Yep. Okay. Good to know that it is clear. Yes, clear. Okay, fine. So next thing that we are going to do is aggressive scanning. Aggressive scanning is least preferable, guys, but you can, if you want a quick results for, you can say quick results for your Nmap scanning and each and every detail regarding that, you can use aggressive scanning. And if I scan a website using Nmap, the file will detect the Nmap scan. Yes, it can. That's why you get blocked, guys. When we use aggressive scanning, we sometimes get blocked from there. And when you try to get onto that particular website again and try to log in or try to just scroll through that website using the same thing, and if Nmap is working behind the screen, we wouldn't be able to get the website. And I can show you that as well if you want, because in some cases I get blocked. I myself have got blocked, but I do have some practical safety versions that I can perform in order to stay on the board and I can perform pen testing. But for a sake, you might get blocked. So that's why you can say aggressive scanning is least preferable. But I'm gonna show you a quick example for a Nmap. And for like aggressive scanning, guys, there is always one thing that you have to use is you have to use a capital A flag. In SV, we have used a flag that is a smaller S and then a capital V. But in aggressive scanning, we are just going to use a flag that is capital A. That is for aggressive scanning. That means it is stating that we are going to perform an aggressive scanning. I hope that makes sense and you're getting that why we are using that particular flag for that particular command. I guess that makes sense, guys. Then you're just gonna mention the IP address. Let's say I wanted to simply again mention the same thing or the same IP address, and I'm gonna just enter it on, and let's see how aggressively it's gonna do the things. Till the time it is taking time, let's just wait for it to do so. And what information and how much information it is gathering for us with the help of aggressive scanning, we are gonna see that as well. Raj, did you get the answer to your question? Mhm. So yeah. All right, guys. Now we'll be seeing what information did it gathered for us. You can see it have gathered a lot of information in which where it is mentioning 996 filtered TCP ports, and then we can see there are 80 TCP ports 80 TCP port number. It have this version. HTTP server header. We can see the header as well for it, which is Cloudflare actually. Then we headed towards the 443 TCP. What are the services being used? What is the closed? Whether the state of a port is open or closed. Then we can see Cloudflare HTTP proxy Again, the same thing. And over here, you can see SSL cert. SSL cert means, guys, it is having a certificate which is SSL cert. That means this website is SSL certified. It is a valid website. We can get to know that this is secure as well. This is having some security, inside of it. So you can see the subject for it is common name for the particular website. Whosoever provided me with the name, I don't remember who did. Let me see who did that. Who used the name? Yeah, I don't know your name, Chakravarti, I guess. You can see and focus it on that it is providing me a lot of information with the help of aggressive scanning. But aggressive scanning we don't prefer because it might get us blocked, and we don't want to get blocked, obviously. You can see it is also mentioning as the DNS information that the wildcard.0.com, and it is also mentioning the subject alternative name, that what could be the alternative names for this website. Then we can see not valid before, that it is not valid before this, not valid after. So this is getting us a lot of information. You can see that it is showing us TLS next proton EG, and then that is H2. It is using the HTTP 1.1 version instead of a 1.2 version, which is the latest version. So, but the thing is, this particular page of an organization or a domain name is actually forbidden. So that means this domain is not in use. So somehow, and this service is also not in use. So if the service is not in use, we can try looking for some vulnerabilities onto this website, because it is being shown into the open ports. Is it clear, guys? Are you getting what I'm trying to explain you? Be quick, guys. Is it possible for a website to absolutely be non-responsive or block any scan for instance in map? Yeah, that is possible, Ambrose. That is actually what happens. Can we detect secretly on Nmap? uh, just give me a second, guys. I'll tell you. First, let me clear the doubt one by one. As Ambrose, you mentioned that it is possible. Yes, because I did an aggressive scanning. I didn't give us a time period. On what happens in aggressive scanning? Aggressive scanning is something which is doing very quickly, which is trying to gather all the information that is coming from onto the website, or that website have sort of information, you can say. So what happens in that case? In IP address is being detected. So we are directly interacting with the IP address or the domain name that we are looking for, and the organization would get a little bit of like, you can say, quick hint that someone is trying to gather information from it. So what happens in that case is, basically, as soon as the organization detects, they block the IP address. That means from which IP address this particular thing is getting done. So my IP address is being used over there, so my IP address might get blocked. And when I try to get to that domain on the website, or you can say uh, onto the organization's website page, what happens is it will show server error. You cannot get to you are blocked by the website. You are blocked by the domain. So that is what pops up. I hope, Ambrose, that makes sense, and it answered your question actually. And Jitu, can we detect secretly on Nmap? First of all, Jitu, as I mentioned, that passive reconnaissance is something you gather information without getting directly interacted with the domain, but so that means you're not directly getting in contact with the organization or domain or IP address. So that's why you are secretly gathering information. But in case if we are talking about active reconnaissance and we are talking about Nmap, we are directly interacting. So it makes a lot of, you can say, nuisance, that it is a very least possible that you are not getting you can secretly detect things on Nmap. But what you can do is you can use a VPN to change your IP address, so that you a particular organization may not get to know that if it is you. Or we can do so many other things as well. Let's say we can use timestampings. What with the help of timestamping, we can avoid blocking, because we are giving a specific time for it to happen. I guess that makes sense, right? And it is clear. For Mayank, please repeat for from error 403. 403 onwards, let's say, as I mentioned, that you can see there is one thing mentioned, that it is using HTTP 1.1 version. If it is using HTTP 1.1 version, that means it is the outdated version of HTTP, number one. Number two, it states that the title of this particular organization or domain or website, you can say, is 403. 403 means it is the website is forbidden, and that particular page of a website is no more in use. So if it is no more in use, then you can get to know that somehow it is still available and this port is open. So there might be chances that this could be having some sort of vulnerability. We can look after that in anyhow when we are performing any pen testing or that. So I hope that also clears your problem, clears your doubt. Then Dilip is asking, yes, so it is even vulnerable as not yeah, it is vulnerable because it is not HTTPS and it is HTTP, so that also makes it more vulnerable. And to avoid blocking, yeah, you can avoid you can use VPN. If slow down during the scan, does the firewall IDS detect scan, or I would be able to bypass that? Viraj, I mentioned that if you're using timestamping and you are slowing down the time process, that it will pop up in front of you within 5 seconds or 2 seconds or 3 seconds, then it will help you out in that case as well. So then you would be able to somehow bypass it. We can discuss that as well when we'll be discussing tomorrow about the how to bypass NSEs using NSEs or scripts. Yeah, understood. Yeah, Ashutosh, Tor is for dark web. Tor is a totally different stuff we are discussing about. Error, how will be corrected, ma'am? What error, Ramesh? I didn't got your question. Please elaborate. Yes, clear, ma'am. Thank you, Mayank. Okay, all right. You're welcome here. Now, I guess we can proceed further with the another thing and we can discuss it. You're welcome. Absolutely welcome. So over here now you can see there is another thing that comes up as SSL date, that TLS randomness does not represent time. That means it is also one of the vulnerable thing which we can actually look for. But as I have already mentioned, the page is forwarded, so there are chances that that page is actually not in use and left as it is. So there could be this possible chances as well that website is not using that page and it have blocked that page somehow. So that could also be one thing. Then moving on further, we have the same, another thing is same for the second part as well. Then it shows the warning that OS scan results may be unreliable because we could not find at least one open and one closed port. Because they were only able to find out the ports, the Nmap is only able to find out the ports which are actually closed. Sorry, which are actually opened only, but they didn't found out any closed ports, so that's why they're saying it could be unreliable also, just to keep in a check. Then you can see there is a device type as well, that this particular organization, website or domain is using a device type. We are getting that information that they are using bridge for general purpose and switch as well. So they're running is all the information that we have. They're using two hops. That means on a particular one hop, then it's gonna break, and then it's gonna use the second hop to run the scanning part. So they have worked along with this procedure. Then there is a trace route. You can see that trace route. Hope number one, on a hope number one, it took 14.33 milliseconds and on the address of this particular. Then the second hope was taken place on the 18.6 milliseconds. That is a 104. That is the original IP address of Zeroda. I hope, guys, this is clear and you got the idea of how we can actually perform aggressive scanning. And this is also the one of the major part of banner grabbing. Like you can say this is also the procedure or technique, but ma'am, we can also must also keep record anywhere. Maybe maybe just I'm asking. VPN must also keep record. Yeah, VPNs may keep records, but VPNs changes your IP address. So the organization or the website wouldn't be able to get that it is the original IP address of the attacker, or you can say a pen tester who is testing on my website, or you can say doing something like that. So that is what it is happening over here. So VPN is something that can help you, but timestamping will help you to block any detection from that. So I hope Jitu that you got it. What I'm trying to explain. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Denito, that you mentioned this thing. Yeah, Jitu, is that clear to you? Keeping records won't help them much because we can change the IP address and we can try it with some other IP address. So that's how VPN can help us a lot. Yeah. So this is the another thing that we can do, and that comes under the That comes under the what banner grabbing itself. Let's see, oh, what else can we perform with the help of banner grabbing. I have mentioned some of the more examples. We have already used this SV for version detection, guys. This is one thing that we have already cleared, and we have given the IP address at grab service banners to identify versions. We have cleared that. Aggressive scanning is also done, guys. That we have, it enables OS detection, version detection, script scanning, and traceroute. That is, we have what's we have actually seen. That means we have seen what is OS, what version it is using, what script it is scanning, and trace routes as well. We have covered each and everything. Then we are gonna using Nmap script engineering. We are gonna discuss this, guys, basically about NSE in the next class, because NSE is a little complex topic to understand. So we are gonna use and understand it tomorrow. For today, as I have mentioned, that we are gonna cover up about the TCP scans and the ICMP hop in detail. Okay. I'll explain you hop in detail. What basically is hop, you can say. Uh, let's say when you are in a network, Jitu, when you are in a network, what happens is actually there is one thing happening. There is let's say mm, let me. It's not the time yet. Nitesh, have some patience, please. So let's say there is one thing over in network. You are moving from one particular network to another network to gather information. So what happens in that case is, whatever the network, whatever the IP addresses are available in a particular network. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example with something really cool. Let me show you here. Just give me a second. Let's say this is a particular network. This is a network. There is one available IP address. This is one available IP address. This is another available IP address over here. And then there goes another available IP address, or then there goes another available IP address. Hope is like stops where the website traces to get the information. Yeah, Dilip, you can say that. I'll explain you in a way more better if I'll be able to. Yeah. Let's say these are all the IP addresses. These are, yeah, you can say like stations only. But in what happens when it is in a network, this is a network, you can mention it. This is a network, like a devices of filled with so many, you can say, IP addresses. So this is IP address one, this is IP address two, this is IP address three and four. So when you are trying to gather information, what it does is it hopes from one particular IP address to then the another IP address, then moving on to the another IP address. So how much time it have taken from to move from one station to another station, or from one IP address to another IP address, that is something hoping. Like I am jumping from one place to another in a network. That is hoping. I hope that is clear now, Jitu. What is hop? Is it clear, Jitu? Yes. So that is what it is. Then now we are going to discuss about, you can say, TCP. Oops, where did it went on? Yeah. We are going to discuss a little about TCP scans and ICP ping scans. So what is it, guys? First of all, if you wanted to do the ARP pinging scan, if you have studied about networking, and if you have covered about if you have covered your networking fundamentals, so you might have an information what is TCP three-way handshake, what is ARP, that means address resolution protocol, what is ICMP, what is TCP acknowledgement pinging scan, and then what is UDP. Ma'am, what is this? I didn't got your question, Ashutosh. Just give me a second. Let me see it side by side. I didn't got your question properly. Yeah. What is the smallest network? Smallest network is something like if it is your home network, then we can discuss about that. That is something really small because it is only related to your home. Or if we say, let's say if you're using your mobile phone. So if mobile phone is connected to some sort of internet and connectivity, so that is also considered as the smallest network. That it is only related to your mobile phone only. Is that clear, Ashutosh? So over here, if you have a little bit of knowledge about your networking, then you can understand that how this pinging is going to work. So I'm just going to show you that how you can actually do the Nmap ARP pinging scan. You can just use this command. I'm going to share this with you. Um, IP? Oh, what do you mean by IP? You just mentioned IP. I didn't got you, Ashutosh. So you can see we are going to use this Nmap PRN, PR. Guys, you can see P is for port scanning. P is especially for port scanning. Yesterday I have mentioned this. Then R. R is specifying that you are scanning for ARP pinging scan. Small network IP. Huh? Guys, either you write a full thing or you write it very small. I don't get your point. You just mention it totally elaborative way so that I can understand you. It's sometimes you guys write this much small that I don't get your question. What are you trying to ask me? So if you're scanning for, I'm trying to explain you one thing, guys. To remember commands perfectly, and you can say remember commands easily. What you can do is, if you're performing for ARP pinging scan, what you have to just do is, everything is similar over here. Nmap, SN, and IP address. Three things there you can see: Nmap, SN, and IP address. All these three things are similar in each and every command. The only thing different is the particular one thing that is after P. That means after port, there is one thing mentioned, that is R. So IP is the smallest. Ashutosh, that is what I mentioned. I just gave you a direct example of it. Yeah, because look, I gave you an example of a mobile phone. If your mobile phone might have a connectivity. If your mobile phone have a connectivity, that means it's simply gonna have an IP address. That is what I mean. Network mean minimum two connected devices, then this is maybe the smallest network. I just mentioned, guys, with the help of example, I just mentioned you one thing, that it is IP address over here. If your mobile phone is connected to some sort of internet and connection stability, then then when you are scrolling through the internet, you will be provided an IP address. Your system, your mobile phone, your even your PCs are going to be provided with the IP address in that case, guys. So that is what I mentioned. That is the smallest network. Is that clear, Ashutosh and Jitu? So now can we focus on TCP scans and ICMP ping scans? Yes or no, guys? Be quick, guys. Be quick with the replies and heads up. Yes. Okay. So so now over here you can see we can just identify that if it is for ARP pinging scanning. If we are trying to do it for ARP, you can see over here that it is R. Specifically R, capital R. That means it is going to be ARP pinging scan. Then, if you wanted to see for a TCP SYN pinging scan, that then the only thing different is S over here. So that is different. So that is going to be pinging scan. You can remember commands that way. It's just my way of remembering commands so that I am sharing it with you guys so that you can also understand it better. For ICMP, it's E that you're gonna use it. Will one be able to get the cert even though the person missed one attendance, but did everything like taking the remaining attendance and any assignments? Yeah, you will be getting certificates most probably. For the first attendance, I guess there would be something. Metasploit, can you do practical? We use Nmap and get what? Just a second. The game or something asked something. Just let me see what your question is because I can't see it on my mobile phone due to some issues. Let me see. We use Nmap and get access of Metasploit. Can you do practical? Metasploit is not you. You can use MSF console, guys, instead of Metasploit because Metasploit is something different, sort of, you can say, and it takes up a lot of storage. So it is not preferable to use Metasploit. You can just use Nmap to get access and do practical stuff. You can do privilege escalation with the help of that. You can do it. But storing it in your system, installing Metasploit takes up a lot of storage of your system, and that's not even usable. Mm, Manish, I can't help you in that case. You have to talk to the team regarding this. The gamer, did you get my answer? Like, did get what I'm trying to explain you in a particular manner? Can out add the command to the notes you will be sharing? Yeah, I will provide the screenshot and the commands as well. No worries, done it. After class, connect, please. Yeah, Jitu, you can ping me on LinkedIn. I'll be helping you out there. Yeah. So over here, let's just do Nmap, and then I'm gonna show you pinging of ARP pinging scan. How you can do is I just mentioned it, and then I'm gonna mention SN. Is it a library or something? What Kishle? What is a library? What you're trying to mention library? For Nmap, you're asking whether an Nmap is a library. It is a tool basically. Nmap is a tool. And then we are going to mention the IP address, guys. You can see on the screen over here and just enter. And now you will be able to see it just mentioned the ARP pinging scan. That means it have mentioned us the information regarding the address resolution protocol. There is not so much of information regarding the address resolution protocol, so it doesn't pop up any much stuff over here. What else you can see over here is you can see Nmap PE. We are gonna see for ICMP pinging scan, and then we can do it for SN, and then if it is the correct command, if I'm not wrong, because sometimes I also forget. Yeah, I'm using the correct command, guys. So after that, what we can do is just mention the IP address over here and just enter. Let's see. It still states the same thing that doesn't seem to be hard. TCP, let's see for TCP SYN if we can in map PS and then SN and then the IP address. Let's see what it shows us. That's SN for ping scanning. Yeah, SN is for ping scanning. Jitu? No, ma'am. Metasploit is, you can say, another tool. It's not a library. It's similar to Kali Linux, a particular virtual machine that you can use and perform things on. Or you can use it for, let's say, for practicing things because it have its own IP address and it have its own things. So you can try to perform privilege escalation. You can just practice things with the help of Metasploit, basically. But preferable is something you can say MSF console because MSF console gives you a lot of information regarding so many things. So guys, basically it doesn't have a TCP. TCP syncing is not available onto this website. Seems like that's why it's giving us the continuous in everything. The every detail is continuous and same. So that's how we basically understand things. Got a question about Android hacking. Can I shoot? Yeah, shoot it out. I also wanted to listen your question because Android hacking is also a good thing, but it is out of context. But yeah, you can ask. Guys, that's it for today's class because we are running out of time and I have to share the LinkedIn, share the attendance link as well with you guys and I have to take up your doubts as also. So can I use all flags or options in Nmap at a single target? Yeah, but you have to do it step by step rather than going in with one stuff. You have to mention it one by one so that you can gather information with Raj. iPhone hacking. Guys, you guys are really quick for all these things. No? Let me stop sharing and let me drop an link for the attendance, guys. Yeah. And when I'll be sharing this attendance link, guys, after that, do not spam the comment section so that every one of you can fill up the form and everyone can work along with that. So, and after filling the form, you can ask your doubts. After filling the form, you can just drop that you are done with the form filling of attendance. I have shared it, guys. Just yeah. Now you can. Yeah, I have shared the link, guys. You can see it over here. Ma'am, when do we use different scans like PE, PS, etc.? I mean, do they have specific purpose or anything of sort? If we talk about this, Kishle, Biswas, exactly. Aesthetic wallpaper. What is it happens now when you want to check whether it is having a TCP three-way handshake or not, then we use all this PEPS scannings. That whether it have whether it is acknowledging or the services that are coming its way or not, so that we can understand that whether the three-way handshake is getting done into this particular domain or an organization or a website. Then we use all these PE and PS scans and flags. How can we access the notes? I have shared the notes, Kishle, with the team. They might have shared it with you guys, so please do check that. You can see the PDF is PDF I have shared with them, or the Word document, I guess. You can see that. Ashutosh is totally into hacking Pakistan. I don't know. He have already mentioned it. Just hack Pakistan once again. Don't mention that, guys. You're done, Dilip. That's good. Mm. Okay, guys. Be quick with filling the attendance, and so that we can proceed further with your doubts. Just be quick. I have shared the link, and it is like you can say it is shown over here as well. I have starred it as well. You can go and check in the starred. You can just go Sagar, you can just check it there. Good to know, Sakshi, you're done. You just have to fill the form. Vastava, I don't know what's your good name over here. You don't have to mention present over here in the comment section. Just do it in the link itself. Good to know, Noah, that you are done with it. Okay, good to know, guys. Now you can shoot your doubts, guys. Ma'am, can you suggest some projects for beginners to learn and showcase on GitHub? For beginners, you can create a password generator using Python or Bash scripting. You can create Splunk. Just a second, guys. Yeah. You can create Splunk dashboard and showcase your skill set over there. That how you have audited logs. That is also something you can do. You can create different tools as well side by side. Ma'am, in which domain you're specialist red teaming or I'm specialized in red teaming more of an offensive security. The gamer, am interested in that, and also I'm specializing right now in cyber law as well side by side. Okay, done. Good to know. Any other questions, guys? You can just shoot your questions. I'll be glad to solve your problems. And I'll be glad to. For networking, any projects? For networking with there are you can create TCP like you can create TCP IP projects. You can create a working module of you can say a network where everything is working through switches, bridges, and what do we say? LAN and WAN. So everything you can see there. Jitu, can you suggest where we start learning for beginners, red teaming or blue teaming? For red teaming and blue teaming, for combiningly, guys, if you wanted to start any of your journey, you can just pop up with the Try Hack Me. They provide a lot of like theoretical and practical both the stuffs. They first of all they'll teach you, then you can just learn from there, and after learning from there, you can just try to do practical stuff as well. So that is it is for red teaming and blue teaming both. And to practice red teaming skills, you can use Pico CTF challenges. You can use Portugal Lab academies. You can use what else? Hack the box. So you can practice there. The CTF contest is going on there, and what tools should I use there? For what CTF contest you can use, you can see if it is related to what particular thing. You have to find what sort of flags. It depends on the questions, you know. Kishle, I can't totally suggest you the tools without getting to know the context of it is. Okay, now there are this command that do confuse me a lot, XPO. Huh. P is for port scanning basically, X is like what executable stuff or not, and O is basically for the you can say output basically. So then to this is what you can understand. Is offensive more focused on pen testing? Yes, Ambrose, it is more over onto the pen testing, audits, web security, like Web3 smart contracts. So many things are there. Task will be given tomorrow. Yes, Jeetu, the task will be given tomorrow. Yeah, Portswigger. Please suggest a resource to learn reverse engineering. You can, Mayank, you can practice it on Pico CTF. Pico CTF, that is gonna help you a lot for the reverse engineering. You can also use in Bandit. There is one website, Bandit, that is totally playful stuff. You can practice there as well. Cover OSCP free. Oh God, Ashutosh, that is totally something that you are mentioning. Covering OSCP free. That is something really huge. Neeraj, you have missed the attendance yesterday. What you should need to do now, you can contact the team. They would tell you the procedure, what you can do if there is something that you can do. So talk to them. We know the answer to that question is similar to I have mentioned for the Neeraj as well. You guys can talk to the team regarding the attendance and stuff because attendance is something important for the boot camp session. If you're attending or not, so that matters. I can't help you much with that. Any other questions, guys? Shoot out your questions and go ahead, ask your questions as quick as possible. I'm sharing my LinkedIn. Will I get it? Oh my God, guys, I have already mentioned this. Ma'am, can you give me some suggestions about advanced OSINT basics? We know. Um, advanced OSINT basic. The gamer, what you can do is you can just go ahead and practice Shodan, Google Docking for OSINT stuff. These are advanced things that you can perform and practice. Can you share the link of that website? Kishle, for what you're mentioning? For which website? Which task have you given? I haven't given any task yet. We'll be providing the task to you tomorrow. How I need to contact? In which group you are, you can basically go to that group and just message the either the admin or someone who is managing the team, guys. What else? Search. Can you share the search Bandit Labs Kishler? Yeah, exactly. Best bootcamp. Thank you, Sakshi. Good to know that. Ma'am, in starting phases where beginner to hack like Instagram, can we really hack particular specific? Yes, we can basically hack all these things, but it is not preferable, guys, because this is something very illegal that you should not be doing some. So I would suggest you should not. Okay, then cover CEH free. Ashutosh, I have already covered CEH very free on on my own YouTube channel. You can go and search there. There is a total playlist for CEH V13 where I have practiced like totally everything related to CEH V13, practical stuff and all the vulnerabilities, how you can find it, what you can do is. So I have covered up everything there. Any other questions, guys? I am gonna share my LinkedIn profile with you guys if you want to connect with me over there so that just give me a second. Let me stop sharing the screen. Yeah. You can connect with me over there. Thank you, ma'am. A great session again. You're welcome. Yeah, name of my channel. I'll share the link for that as well. Don't worry, guys. This is my LinkedIn profile, guys. You can see over here, and let me share the link for my YouTube channel as well. How many of get Miso link in WhatsApp? What? Gays stay away fishing. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely. No, bye, Noah. That's okay. You can leave if you don't have any doubts. Your channel name, I have shared it. You can see that as well. I have shared it. I have shared my LinkedIn as well, and I have shared. You can find all these in the start links, guys. These are all visible. You can go ahead and see that. Okay. Any other doubts, guys, or shall we end the session here only? You can ask if you have any doubts. We can proceed further. or else we'll be ending the session here itself. Okay, hello, it's already bye. Actually, it's not hello anymore. AI generate videos. What? No? Oh, nice, Dilip, that it's all clear. No, ma'am, for today. Okay, guys, then I think we should be heading and we should be meeting tomorrow for the last and the final day of our boot camp session. So we'll be ending the session here only for today, class. See you tomorrow. Have a good day, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a good day. Nowadays, miso scam. Yeah, that is actually, yeah, we know. I also studied about it a lot, and it's scam. This scam is going a lot recently. You're welcome. You're welcome, Imrosh. You're welcome, Manohar. Okay, guys, have a good day. Bye bye. Take care. I'll be ending the session now. Thank you, guys.